YouTube is calling Mr. Kid Jalen.
And Brennan.
And we're back in the video. This time, guys, we're to the 5 stories that prove Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant.
Y'all tripping.
That's it.
Devin Booker cannot legally drink a beer in the United States, but he just dropped 70 points in an NBA basketball game. Seriously, guys, how do we react to this? Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player to ever live, has a career high of 69 points. Devin Booker has a career high of 70,
That's
and
1
he's
point behind.
20 years old. So yeah, what's up, guys? If you don't know me, my name is Mike, and if you do know me, well then, you know I've been on the Devin Booker hype train for the last year or so. I've been saying that he's a future all-star. I said he might be the top shooting guard in the league one day, but now I think he has surpassed those expectations. After watching this man all season and seeing what he's capable of, I don't think it's a stretch to say that he might be the next Kobe Bryant type player. And if you don't agree with me, well, sit back, because I have 5 stories slash reasons that are about to convince you. Number 5. A young stud. So let's just start this video out by talking about the 70-point game. In the history of the league, 6 players have ever scored 70 points. Those guys are Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, David Thompson, David Robinson, Elgin Baylor, and now Devin Booker. And obviously, Devin Booker is the youngest player on this list by a good amount. He also now holds the record for most points scored in TD Garden. He scored over 50 points in one half. He put up 70 points and only made 4 3-pointers. These stats are just mind-blowing. I can't emphasize that enough to you, but I don't think I even need to. One single game, Devin Booker put himself in the company of the NBA's elite.
I like Devin Booker.
The craziest thing is, while 70 points in a single basketball game is obviously ridiculous, this type of insane output really shouldn't come as that much of a surprise, because this is nothing new. In his 2 years in the NBA, Devin has shown time and time again that he is one of the best young scorers in NBA history. Last year, despite the fact that he did not start until several of his teammates went down with injuries, Devin became the 4th youngest player to reach 1,000 career points. That same season, he became the only teenager, along with LeBron James, to ever record back-to-back 30-point games in the NBA. This season, Devin is averaging 21.6 points a game, making him one of only 6 players in the history of the league to average over 21 points at the age of 20 years old or younger. He's had 11 games with over 30 points. He's dropped 39 points on the Spurs. He's increased his scoring by almost 8 points a game while also shooting better from the field. So already we can see that Devin is putting up scoring numbers that make him one of the best young players in basketball history. He's already showing the potential to be a franchise star, just like a young Kobe Bryant in his early days with the Lakers. And as I'm sure you could guess right now, that's not the only thing Devin has in common with Kobe. Number 4. Born with a chip on his shoulder. Now, you might be thinking that in order to compare Devin Booker, a 20-year-old kid who's never made an NBA All-Star game, to Kobe Bryant, one of the best players to ever play the game, well, I better have some good reasons here. And don't worry, I do. For one thing, their paths to the NBA have already been marked with some interesting similarities. Both guys had fathers who played in the NBA, both were passed on by 12 other teams and taken 13th, and both were the youngest players in their draft class. Now, when Devin scored 70, people began to make a big deal about these comparisons, and while I find these similarities interesting, it's really their similarities in terms of competitiveness that really gets me excited for Devin Booker's moves. Because sure, Kobe played on a way better team than Devin in his rookie year, but despite that, both were in some pretty similar situations. Both Kobe and Dev were drafted by teams with older guards ahead of them, and they were both forced to prove themselves before they were able to start. And in order to prove themselves, both began to demonstrate absolutely legendary competitive streaks from the second they walked onto the practice floor. Now, we already know about Kobe Bryant's competitiveness, and if you don't, I've made a video on him. Check it out after this one if you want. So we don't need to talk about Kobe here. Let's talk about Devin. In the beginning of his rookie year, Dev wasn't playing much, so the Phoenix Suns practices became his games. He would spend hours on the court challenging everyone he could to shooting contests, knockout, one-on-one, you name it. And just like Kobe before him, Devin would not leave the gym until he beat whoever he was playing playing. Seriously, he would pester guys, bug them, stand in their way if they tried to leave after beating him. He's that competitive. And this type of attitude in a 19-year-old rookie, the need to beat established NBA veterans to prove himself, well, that's the type of attitude you want to see in a young star. You want your shooting guard to be a competitive psychopath, just like two of the greatest shooting guards we've ever seen, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Because at the end of the day, two guards are just a different breed, which brings us to number 3. He's an assassin. If you're a star shooting guard, you're expected to carry the scoring load. You can't let 1, 2, 3, or even 10 misses in a row mess up your game. You need unwavering confidence in yourself that you're going to make the next shot, and you need the fire in your soul to want the ball when the game's on the line. Which is why, to me, it's no surprise that we've already seen Devin Booker this year knock down 2 huge game-winning shots. We've already seen him lead his team in scoring. We've already seen him drop 70 points in a single basketball game. Because in his own words, Devin Booker has said, "I always knew I was capable of this." And he was right. And the thing is, he's not the only one who has had this type of confidence in his game. His coach Earl Watson has recently said, "Watching Devin has reminded me of things that Kobe would do. Not just the athleticism and getting to the rim, but how Kobe was so skilled offensively he could just take over a quarter. Only an elite player could do that." And I guarantee you that as his career goes on, Devin Booker is going to show the world that he is an elite player. He is an assassin, and he might just be capable of a whole lot more. But as they say, talk is cheap. In order to really become a star in this league, a player needs to have a crazy work ethic. Now, we all know Kobe never slept, and Devin, well, number 2. An insane work ethic. Just like Kobe, it seems like Devin Booker never really has an off season. Just look at this summer where he spent his break playing for the Team USA select team while also participating in 2 or 3 a day practices with his trainer. This type of dedication has not gone unnoticed. In fact, Devin's already drawing some serious praise from the NBA's elite. After his rookie year, Dwayne Wade called him one of the future top 2 guards in the league. Klay Thompson said Devin is going to be a special player, and even Greg Popovich said Devin has got a great work ethic and he's got everything you need to be a great player. These statements are some serious praise for a man who was the 13th pick in the draft less than 2 years ago, but the improvement in Devin's game from Kentucky to the NBA has been more than clear. Much of his work since joining the Suns has been dedicated to expanding his skill set. As in high school and with Kentucky, he was seen mainly as a spot-up shooter. Then during his rookie year, once he began to break out a little, we began to hear more direct comparisons to Klay Thompson. And for a 20-year-old shooting guard, a comparison to one of the best shooting guards in the league is pretty great. But the thing is, somehow, recently Devin has managed to surpass those potential comparisons. As you know with this video, Devin Booker is now being compared to Kobe Bryant, which can only be a testament to his work ethic. In a remarkably short period of time, Devin has already rapidly improved his playmaking and ball handling ability, specifically out of the pick and roll. This drastic improvement in skill set has shown everyone that Devin is not just a spot-up shooter, he's not even just a future all-star. Instead, he's a future potential franchise player. Which brings us to the final reason I think Devin Booker could be the next Kobe Bryant, and that is simply number 1. His mentor is Kobe Bryant. Now at this point, we all already know that in his last game against the Suns in Phoenix, Kobe signed a shoe for Devin with the message, "Be legendary." But did you know that Kobe also compared his battles with a rookie Devin that season to the battles he faced when he was a rookie against a veteran Michael Jordan? Yup, after the Suns game, Kobe said, "Playing against Booker tonight, I mean, he went straight to my move the first time he caught it. I said, you don't have to beat me on my move, man." But it was great to see. It was absolutely great to see because I remember I did the same thing with MJ. Kobe would cap off that night by telling reporters that as a 19-year-old, Devin was already, quote, fantastic, and that he has the skills. Kobe and Devin's relationship has continued since that day, and Devin himself has said it's because of Kobe that he was able to achieve the mindset that made 70 points in one game possible. As Devin said, I've seen an interview with Kobe where he said what separated him from a lot of people was that everyone thought 30 points was a lot. He said he never set himself a limit, and you know, that always sticks in my head. He said he'd score 100 if he could, so he never set a limit. I don't put a a limit on anything. Doesn't put a limit on anything. Like I said before, talk is cheap, but when you score 70 points in a basketball game, I start to believe that you might not have a limit on anything you do. And if you got anything out of this video, I hope it's just that you know I believe in Devin Booker. I think he's got that competitiveness. I think he's got that work ethic. I think he's just got these skills to be the next great shooting guard in the NBA. Whether that actually happens, well, that remains to be seen. But I'm really excited to watch the journey. So that wraps up today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for videos like this, basketball what ifs, basketball conspiracy video.
Real quick, I'm gonna just say, I believe he could be a great talent. Now he got two options. He got two options. No, I'm gonna say three, but I'm gonna just say the main two. His first option is, does he want to be a top 5 shooting guard of all time? Right? He got the talent, and by the end of his career, he could be a top 10, top 5 shooting guard of all time, right? But does he want to be on the status of a Kobe? They say he could be the next Kobe, or does he want to be on a talent level where he has all the talent like AI, but who never won a ring? That's his two options. You got one option. You either you gonna be the next Kobe Bryant, and he has the talent to be a Kobe and score and do everything that he want to do, and you know what I'm saying, be a future talent, be a future great talent in the NBA, and nobody's done that because 70 points is mad hard. So I know everybody think, 70 points is easy, like it's no big deal. No, that's a big deal because it's 70 points. So yeah, the one choice is he's gonna be great and he's gonna win rings like Kobe, whatever, and win championships. Or he's gonna be a great player but who never won a ring, and he'll be compared to a guy like AI. He won't be compared to Kobe, he'll be compared to AI. So it's like being on the Phoenix Suns, and I'm not doubting it because I feel like if the Phoenix Suns actually gets players around them, which I don't really think no superstar would want to go to Phoenix, but if Phoenix, they see how he's playing good and stuff like that, and see him on uprise, and superstars be like, yo, damn, I want to go play with him. And like they get a superstar and they get role players and they get veterans there, stuff like that, to have that mentality of winning, that championship mentality of like, yo, let's rock. We got a great coach. We're going to get a good coach or whatever and do what we got to do. They're not going to see that. But if the Phoenix Suns organization does not give him pieces to be around him and actually win games and try to compete for a championship, if he doesn't leave, he's going to be like an AI. He had all this great talent. He had all of this stuff. But he ain't win no championship. So that's basically his two choices right there. You beat like a Kobe, you win a championship. Or if the Phoenix Suns give you pieces around you, or they don't give you no pieces and you be just like you be on the AI type where it's like you were so great but you never won a championship. Or the third option is you leave Phoenix and you win a championship and be great. You know what I'm saying? So that's really kind of like, yo, like I just don't, until the Phoenix Suns prove that they can give him pieces around to actually go and compete in the Western Conference for a championship, then he'll be on that championship. Then he'll be on the level of Kobe, going like, yo, he won 3 He has, at the end of his career, he has at least 3 championships, 10-time All-Star, and his talent was great. They're not gonna understand that. But if he stays with Phoenix, they give him no pieces, and he's actually the franchise player, and he never wins a championship, he's gonna be put in the same category as AI. He was always great, but he never won. And that's facts.
Think about this with Devin Booker. I'm be 70 points at 20 years old is just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not taking it away from him.
Even though he lost the game, which people like, so what? He lost. Would it make a difference if he won the game? That's just the questions to people. Does it really make a difference if he won the game and if he lost the game? And I'm saying based off the Phoenix Suns situation right now, they're nowhere near in contention of going for the title right now. So would it have any? Yeah, when Kobe dropped 81, he won the game. We don't know if Wilt Chamberlain won the game when he dropped 100. I'm pretty sure Jordan won the game when he dropped 69. Like, whatever, fine. But does it make a difference if he won the game or lost the game? This situation was not going to better. It'd be cool, yeah, he won the game, dropped 70 points, yeah, but like, it was not going to make a difference to the Phoenix Suns if he won or lost. The fact that a 20-year-old drops 70 points, a lot of people should be scared because if he's not even in his prime. There's no one in his prime.
Nowhere near his prime.
He's just a young young stud coming in. He's like Kyrie Irving, LeBron James. Young stud coming in just balling. Imagine when he develops his shot even better.
Imagine when he
work on his game better.
Develops his defense more.
You might see him break 100 if he could. Because it's like the cause. It's like if he could drop 70 at 20 years old, and if God forbid, he does not get hurt, that has no injuries, and is able to keep elevating his game. You think he can't break 100? I'm just saying. So if the game goes into overtime, think he can't break 100 points?
Mm-hmm. I just don't want people. I just don't want people rushing to be like, well, it's just 5 stories that prove Devin Booker is the next Kobe. Don't rush and put that up. Don't rush and put that pressure on him like that. Don't rush and put pressure on somebody who's really developing. He's only 20 years old. What was this, his second year?
Like second or third.
So, he probably will re-sign with Phoenix and get that huge max deal. He'll probably be, honestly, 21 years old or 22 years old getting that max deal. So he has actually a lot of room to be one of... He could be... honestly, if his game surpasses... if he, let's say 2 years from now, he really starts making... he makes All-Star every year after that. And he signs max deal when he's 22 years old, 23. He could actually make more money than what's his name. Because KG is the highest paid player ever on the court. Mm-hmm. So he could really surpass that if it came to that. But like I said, he's playing to win championships and be great. But my thing is just don't compare him to Kobe just yet. Let him rock. Let him finish out the season. Like I said, he got more things to do. He got more training to do. You know what I'm saying? Kobe's probably going to mentor him even more after he dropped that 70. Now he's probably going to trade him like he do Kyrie. He helps out Kyrie a lot. But don't put all this pressure on him now. He's going to be a great player. Nobody's denying his talent. It's just the fact that people have to look at it. You compare him to Kobe. Kobe has 5 rings and could have had 7 rings and passed Jordan. He could have passed Jordan. Kobe could have had 7 rings, took Jordan's style and remixed it, and that's what everybody got. He could have had 7 championships, bro. That's how good Kobe was. I think he probably could have had 8 or 9 if those years that he actually had a good team and he didn't have no bad teams. Kobe could have actually had 7 to 8 rings. So, and AI was so.
Or he could have had just rings based off if Shaq didn't leave.
Yeah.
If Shaq didn't leave.
7, 8 rings.
If the Kobe and Shaq feud that would have happened, who knows? They would have lost that 4th year because I think they would have 4-peat. They would have 4-peat. But who knows? Suppose they just would have got their shit. They got themselves back together. Going for a 4 finals. Because they lost their playoffs that 4th year, I think. But not the 4th year together, like the 4 finals they was headed to for the 4-peat. I think they lost in the playoffs. But going for their 4th finals together. Who knows what happened if they would have recollected themselves, retooled themselves. Who knows what would have happened if Shaq would have stayed, but that's past news, we can't say what if.
Yeah,
but all I'm saying is that, he's a young guy, he could be the next Kobe Bryant or even better than Kobe Bryant. I'm a big Kobe fan, but like I said, I don't want to short somebody's talent. Like I said, he could be the next. He could be better, or he could never live up to that expectation. Yeah, 70 points is a lot. That's great. Like I said, but you know what I mean. Like
I think that if he better, but people gonna say if he has the talent to be better than Kobe, he's only 20 years old, dropped 70. He came out of college, basically 18 years old. He played 19 and turned 20. If he doesn't win it, like I said, if he doesn't win a championship, they're gonna say, oh well, his talent was so great, but he never won a championship. And they're gonna say buy championships because everybody does this when it comes to like wide receivers. It's like Jerry Rice won championships, but look at Randy Moss. He never won a championship, but look how great he was. It's gonna be like that. When you take that, it's gonna be Kobe and Devin Booker, or it's gonna be Kobe and AI. AI never won a championship, but he was so great that he's a top 5 shooting guard of all time. He's arguably debatable with number 3 or 4. The only reason why I put him at 4 is because Dwayne Wade actually has championships over him. That's the only reason why I do it. But other than that, me personally, I'm taking AI. I'm sorry, I'm taking AI because AI is one of my favorite. I like AI. I really like AI's game. The way he just did this. But like I said, Devin Booker is gonna be compared to either Kobe so great and wins championships, but if he does not, God forbid, like I said, I'm not casting no versus with nobody, but if he don't win no championships and he is great and his career is over, they're gonna be like, yo, he's probably one of the top 10 greatest shooting guards of all time, but he never won a championship, and they're gonna compare him to AI. They're not gonna compare him to Kobe. They're gonna compare him to AI. I'm telling you.
If you guys should have hit, we shoot the thumbs up. If you guys want more content from us, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Next time, guys.
Salute.